Here we are at the fifth and for now final part of the ultimate guide to Sapphic film and TV on Netflix, with another 20 options, making for a grand total of 102 pieces of content. If I've missed any, please do let me know in the comments. Let's start with Anne Plus, a film based off the web series from the Netherlands about Anne, who has recently graduated from university and is about to move to Montreal to follow her girlfriend who is already there. Over the summer, as she struggles to write her book, she also finds herself questioning who she is and what it is that she really wants to say. This includes a deeper exploration of her sexuality. In this 8-episode series, Ni Una Más, Alma, a teen who is rebelling against her conservative family, finds herself in a precarious situation, which leads to her being assaulted and the fallout of that event. Alma has a very close relationship with her best friend Greta, where they kiss multiple times, but I'm not sure if it goes beyond that, as Alma has a crush on Greta's brother. Several Conversations About a Very Tall Girl is a Romanian film that can be found on Netflix about two young women who both dated the same girl. They become close, but their burgeoning romance is impeded by one of them not being ready to come out of the closet due to the conservative culture that they live in. So My Grandma's a Lesbian follows a young lawyer who is set to be married into a conservative family. When she comes to visit her grandma, she finds out that her grandma is not only in a relationship with a woman, but about to marry her, something that will put her own marriage at risk, forcing her to rethink her priorities. For a couple of comedy special options, there is Ellen DeGeneres with her 2018 Netflix special called Relatable, a return to stand-up after 15 years. She discusses many different issues, including how her coming out impacted her career back in the late 90s. In 2024, she did another stand-up special where she addresses the bullying scandal that emerged about her on the daytime talk show Ellen. In the film Duck Butter, two women decide that they are tired of all the games that come along with dating and make a pact with each other to spend the next 24 hours together in the hope of creating genuine honesty and intimacy that they feel is lacking usually. This next one is about a woman in her early 40s whose husband leaves her for a younger woman. With her kids off at college and the family home sold, she moves in with her best friend Maggie and begins to look for a job, only no one wants to hire her because she's been out of the job market for so long. When she gets hit on by a much younger man who thinks she's in her 20s, Maggie suggests she lie about her age on her resume. Maggie is a lesbian, and through the 7 seasons, she gets multiple storylines revolving around the women she sees. This next one only made it for 1 season, about a group of university students who are experimented on with gene therapy, and it gives them strange powers. They are determined to hunt down the scientist that did this to them. Abby is one of the people experimented on, and it's revealed that she is an ace lesbian who develops a crush on a girl called Hannah. Gentefied is a show that follows a family struggling to save their grandfather's taco shop as gentrification creeps into their neighborhood. One of the granddaughters, Anna, is an artist and is in a long-term relationship with her childhood best friend, Jessica. As Jessica becomes more political with the gentrification of their neighborhood, it puts pressure on the couple. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder follows Pip, who is convinced that there is more to the murder-suicide of a couple of teens at her school 5 years ago and is determined to uncover the truth. Her childhood best friend Cara is a Sapphic, and she has a crush on a girl called Ruby. A second season has been announced. In the 2022 film Firecracker, a young woman must decide if she will present her American Chinese girlfriend to her family in the approach to the Chinese New Year, while her family expects her to come home with a boyfriend. The next few on my list are region-specific, but before I get to those, I wanted to mention Nord VPN, my go-to for getting around on the internet. I've used them for years, and they have been indispensable for making videos for this channel. If you find yourself in need of one, I have a link in the description for you to get a good deal. This next one is a documentary looking at the Indigo girls, chronicling their decade-long career as the lesbian duo at a time where there wasn't a lot of out musicians who also weren't afraid to be political with their music. From the looks of it, it is only available in the US and Canada. Vis-a-Vis, or Locked Up in English, is a Spanish prison drama that seems to be available on Netflix everywhere except the US. It follows Macarena, who winds up in jail on a 7-year sentence as a result of embezzlement charges and must adapt to the dangerous world of prison. While there, she develops a romance with a woman called La Rizos. This next one appears to be currently available only on US Netflix, and it is the 2018 reboot of Charmed, about three sisters who discover they are powerful witches and must contend with all manners of magical dark forces. The middle sister, Mel, is a Sapphic who has a relationship with a woman called Jada, as well as an ex-girlfriend turning up and some flirtation with one of the main characters, Abigail. Hightown is also only available in the US, and it's about an agent from the National Marines Fisheries called Jackie, who is trying her best to remain on the path to sobriety. However, when there is a murder in her town of Cape Cod, she finds herself being drawn back into the world that could derail her. Jackie is also a lesbian who has an ex-girlfriend in the picture, and later she becomes involved with a woman called Tonya. Now this next one, Les Goûts et les Couleurs, or Each to Their Own in English, didn't quite go in the direction I hoped, when a woman who is in a relationship with a woman finds herself attracted to a man, just as she's about to come out to her family. But I did still want to make mention of it. The Beast in Me is a recently released Netflix series. While grieving the loss of her son, Aggie struggles to write her next book and instead turns her focus onto her new neighbor, who is suspected of killing his first wife after she went missing. Aggie is a Sapphic lady whose marriage broke down following the death of their son. The Hunting Wives was a breakout hit for Netflix this year about a woman, Sophie, who has moved to Texas for her husband's job, finding herself drawn into the inner circle of some rich Texan women, and a steamy affair evolves between her and the leader of this group, Margot. When murder happens, Sophie becomes the primary suspect, leading to life-changing events. This one has been greenlit for a second season. And here we have our final entry, Bienvenidos a Edén, or Welcome to Eden in English. We get a Sapphic love story between the main characters of Belle and Zora, two young women who find themselves, along with others, trapped on an island after they have been lured there for a party. If you've missed the other videos on this list, do check out the playlist on your screen. If you've been enjoying the content on my channel, I do have a Patreon where you can get access to exclusive videos, podcasts, and more, so do consider joining. I hope you found this guide useful, and until next time, lady lovers.